Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to Your Arms to Israel, International Ministries, and our studio. It's wonderful to have you with us this week, ready to join us in the Nazarene Yisraelite truth of the latter-day gathering and restoration of both houses of Yisrael. There really is no other message in Scripture. It is a message of Yahshua gathering the nations, turning them from the ways of their pagan ancestors, leaving their Western Gentile mindset behind, because it is written in Yirmiyahu chapter 16 that in the latter days all men will come from the ends of the earth, saying, truly we have inherited only lies, only vanity, and only falsehood. And in the latter days men will acknowledge their pagan foundation and will say, in that day, Jeremiah 16, Yirmiyahu says that they shall know, the nations, they shall know that I am Yahweh Elohim. And so that's what we're all about, this Your Arms to Israel International Ministries Shabbat Video Club. We're honored to have you with us. We're honored that you've taken the time to be with us. And please feel free to share these wonderful messages that are anointed and pinpointedly, accurately guided by the Ruach HaKodesh. And as you stay with us through the months and through the weeks, you will see your most kadosh emunah, faith, being built up in the truth of the commonwealth. That's right, the commonwealth of Israel. Yahweh wants you and I to be equal heirs, equal partakers, equal citizens, drinking of that same commonwealth, because Yeshua is king of Yisrael, and certainly not of a separate, non-Yisraelite entity. And so sit back, and again, make yourselves at home, and be comfortable with us, and we'll go right now, immediately, into today's special Shabbat service. Shabbat Shalom.
Touch my anointed. Touch not my anointed. Unto my prophets no harm. Touch not my anointed. Touch not my anointed. Unto my prophets no harm. Sing to Yahweh all of the earth. Proclaim His deliverance every day. Declare His glory among the nations. Declare His wonders to all people. Great is Yahweh, hallelujah. Great is Yahweh, hallelujah. Great is Yahweh, and greatly to be praised. Hear Yahweh, hear Yahweh, hear Yahweh. Above Almighty One, are just a man, are a man. He made the heavens and earth. Almighty ones are just a man. Are a man. He made the heavens and the earth. He made the heavens and 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 earth. Oh, yes, He did. Almighty ones are just of man. Down in the heavens and the earth. The heavens and earth. The heavens and earth. Oh, Baruch Hashem Yahweh. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Oh, Baruch Hashem Yahweh. Oh, this is the day Yahweh has made.
Bereshit chapter 12, and let's pick it up with verse 1. I'll be preaching a message today for about 3.5 hours entitled Tikun HaOlm. Tikun HaOlm, or Studying Avraham. Tikun HaOlm, Studying Avraham. Page 10, Genesis, Bereshit 12 and 1. Tikun HaOlm, Studying Avraham. Now Yahweh had said to Avraham, get out of your country and from your mishpacha, today's parsha, and from your Abba's bayit to a land I will show you. And I will make of you a great nation. I will bless you and make your name great. And you shall be a bracha, a blessing. And I will bless them that bless you, and I will curse him that curses you. And in you shall all the mishpachot, families of the earth, be mixed. Now the Hebrew word there, as many of you see in your restoration scriptures, is the Hebrew word nivrechu, which can either mean blessed or it can mean mixed. Meaning, one of the ways I'm going to bless your seed, we're talking about seed offspring, is I'm going to sanctify it, but then I'm going to fill the nations, all countries will be filled with the seed of Avraham. The Hebrew word is not yivrechu, rather, the Hebrew word is nivrechu, which can either mean mixed, I will mix your seed in the nations, or I will bless your seed as well. Amen. Amen. Studying Avraham. Our father Avraham was the first to, and I have a lot to cover, so I'm going to go quickly. Our father Avraham was the first to successfully unite his physical existence and a spiritual hunger for the Creator. Amen? Amen. We know from Sefer Yashar that Avraham learned his Torah lessons from where? From Shem, or Melech Tzaddik. Shem was Melchizedek, Melech Tzaddik. No question. It's only a mystery in the church. But those who understand the Hebraic heritage of the book of Jasher, Sefer Yashar, Enoch, and other pseudo-apocryphal books and apocryphal books, or if you consider it scripture, understand Shem was Melech Tzaddik. So Shem, Noah's son, taught Abraham the Torah. Abraham saw his life, his central mission, being the elevation of his existence and mankind's existence from one level of the physical to the next level of a spiritual being in a physical body. Talk to me, somebody. He wanted to achieve spirituality within his physical limitation, within his physical realm. Right. That's why he was not the first to know the truth. He was the first to launch out into the truth. Shem knew the truth. Noach knew the truth. Abraham, Yitzchak and Yaakov would later know the truth. But Abraham was the first to reach out of his physical existence and to pull down spiritual reality into that existence. From the moment Abraham discovered the one creator Yahweh, who created the world, there exists no contradiction in the monotheistic Yahwistic Hebraic faith between body, soul, and spirit, and his goal was to pass this message, this promise to others. No difference between the body and the spirit. What the Greco-Roman mindset does in religion is trying to separate body, soul, and spirit. In the Hebraic culture, the body is good, the spirit is good, the soul is good. Everything has its place under the spiritual dominion of Yahweh. Does that make sense? Right. So that in the Greco-Roman mindset, we were taught everything the body likes. Food, sexual intimacy, a nice air condition, a massage, a foot rub. Ooh, brother, oh man, you're catering to the flesh. Don't stop. You got to cater to the spirit, man, right? You hear that one?
Yeah.
That's not true. In the Hebraic thought, it is the body and the spirit that both need attention. Because a healthy body leads to a healthy spirit. Right. Make sense?
Amen.
Baruch Hashem. So Abraham was different from Shem in the sense that he was willing to seize and bring into harmony. Turn to your neighbor and say harmony. The spirit world and the physical world. He was not the first to know the Torah. He was not the first Hebrew. Who was the first Hebrew? Ever. So he wasn't the first Hebrew. He wasn't the first monotheist. He wasn't the father of the faith, literally speaking, because others before him knew the truth. What made him Avraham Avinu? What made him Avraham our father? The fact that he wanted to merge the physical world with the spiritual world and clothe his physical being with spiritual reality. Make sense? Make sense? He wanted to merge or bring into harmony the physical world with the spiritual world. We call that in Hebrew Tikun HaOlm. That's where you were wondering what language I was speaking before. Tikun HaOlm, meaning the restoration of the earth. But Abraham, before he could restore the earth and bring Tikun HaOlm to the world, had to restore his earth. Thy will be done in heaven as it is on the earth. What is the Talmidim's prayer? That's not the Master's prayer. The Master's prayer is found in Yochanan 17. The Talmidim's prayer is, Father, your will be done in heaven, meaning the spiritual realm, even as it is on earth. What earth? My earth. My body. My goof. So I don't goof. The Hebrew word for body is goof. So when Yahshua taught the Talmidim to pray, he said, thy will be done in the spiritual realm, even as it is done in the earth. What earth? Your earth. You cannot proclaim a message of restoration and tikkun and the two houses and the true name and restoration of the Moadim until you're restored in your earth. Until heaven and your earth are in harmony. Yes. Make sense?
Yes.
Meaning you don't choose your holidays anymore. You let Yahweh choose them.
Amen.
Meaning you don't choose your vacations anymore. You let Yahweh choose them.
That's right.
Meaning you don't choose your marriage partner anymore on the dating game. You let Rabbi Asquith call you up. And that's what it means to merge the physical with the spiritual. It means I become more and more dependent on Yahweh and less independent from Yahweh.
That's right.
Abraham was learning to become fully what? Dependent upon Yahweh. So he was the first to bring Tikun HaOlm. And that's why the Brit Chadashah calls him the father of the faith. Not because he was the first to know the truth, he was the first to bring in and practice and desire Tikun HaOlm. Or the restoration of his earth, so that he could restore Yitzchak's earth and bring Yitzchak's life in harmony in the spirit and in the physical. And Yaakov likewise. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. That's not talking about somewhere in the Nueva York. That's talking about in your body, in your temple, which is the temple of the Ruach HaKodesh. Thy will be done on earth, in earth, on earth, upon me. The Tikkun HaOlm. What does this term mean? I'm glad you asked. The Tikkun HaOlm is the mending, the healing, the restoration of the entire world, both physical and spiritual, back to Yahweh, with the goal of the Tikkun HaOlm being not just the restoration of all things, but what? But what? His name, his purpose, his creation becoming one with him. Part of the Yahweh family. Called by his name. Following his word. Following his ways. Tikkun HaOlm. the restoration of the earth. Baruch Hashem Yahweh. So Abraham set his sights on the goal of the kingdom. The day when Zechariah 14:9. This is Tikun HaOlm. Go with me, please, to Zechariah 14:9. Zechariah, go ahead and be quiet on me if you want. I won't be intimidated.
Zechariah. Hallelujah.
Zechariah.
14.
Thank you, brother. Zechariah 14:9. Zechariah. Give me a page, please. Zechariah. Yeah. Here we go. Thank you. 687. Zechariah, page 687. Yahweh shall be Melech over all earth. What earth? Your earth, my earth, his earth, her earth. All those whose temples have been dedicated to him through the new birth, through the born-again experience, through being children of Yahweh. Do you understand? It is the harmonizing of the physical realm with the spiritual realm. In Christianity, you've got, in order to pursue the spiritual realm, you must label evil the physical realm. That is not true. You've got to sanctify the physical and clothe the physical with the spiritual and bring them into harmony.
Amen. Amen.
That's the fullness of the message.
Yes.
The physical and the spiritual coming into perfect harmony and echad. Now watch this. We sing this every week in the liturgy in our congregation. Every week. And Yahweh shall be Melech over all the earth. Bayom hahu, yeah, Yahweh echad. You know, I just love some folks coming out of the church system. Well, brother, I kind of like the rabbi. He's kind of cute. But it's the law, that Hebrew. Oh man, it's like all that Hebrew liturgy. You know, I can't wait till we get to the worship. Really? Well, do you think we'd allow dead, cold liturgy here? The liturgy is worship. The liturgy is the recitation of Scripture. We don't get our liturgy from Rome. We get it from Seal. Everything in here is based on Scripture. We're reciting Scripture in the liturgy. In other words, the worship doesn't start when Brian comes up. The worship starts at 1 o'clock. And it goes through the tithe, the Maser Yahweh. Everything we do in a Mikra Kodesh is worship. Including Maser Yahweh. Including limiting our excursions to eat crackers and cheese. Including limiting our trips to the restroom. Now, if you got to go once, that's fine. If you got to go twice, we'll throw you out. Only kidding. I mean, all that is bringing together the physical and the spiritual, is it not? It's all worship. Look at verse 9. And Yahweh shall be Melech over all the earth, meaning all those who desire a harmony between the physical and spiritual world in their life. And upon those in that day, meaning the Yatir Lavo, the kingdom, there will be Yahweh Echad, and his name Echad. There will be one Yahweh, and his name will be one. All the arguments over what is his true name will be over. Yahweh, Yahweh, Yahuweh, Yahuwah, Yahuwah, Godliba. All those, there'll be one Yahweh. Everybody will know it's Yahweh.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Yud, He, Vav, He. The ancient Hebrew Vav was not pronounced Va, it was pronounced Wa. So actually it's Yahuweh. Yahuweh. Amazyahu, Zacharyahu, Yirmiyahu, Eliyahu. But when you say Yahuweh fast, when you truncate it and you aspirate it, it's Yahweh. 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 It comes out Yahweh. There's no argument. There's argument among those who have an argumentative spirit. That's where the argument is.
Come on! Teach!
Baruch Hashem Yahweh.
Hashem Yahweh.
And watch this. Yahweh will be Melech over all the earth.
Yes.
There's a harmonizing of his kingdom with this earth.
Yes.
What do we call that in Hebrew? Tikun HaOlm. The one with the spiritual covenant, Avraham, was given a specific command to bring this harmony about. Go back to Bereshit 12:1. We have a lot to cover. Bereshit 12:1. Yahweh said to Abraham, Lech lecha. Today's parsha. Lech lecha. Lech lecha, meretzecha, from your country. Literally it means from your land. Lech lecha, from your land. What? From your earth. What earth? Your own limitation, and clothe yourself with a spiritual covering. Didn't Rav Shul tell us the same thing in Sefer Romia? He said, put on Yeshua HaMoshiach, and make no provision for the flesh to fulfill the lusts thereof. This is not a new concept. This is not metaphysical. This is not Jane Fondinta. This is Rav Shaul. For those of you coming into the Nazarene faith, Pablo. All right? Pablo. Paul. He said, put on Yeshua. What does that mean? What, do I go to Halloween and I reject going as a witch? And I get a Yeshua costume? What does it mean to go as Yeshua? Who are you going as this year? I'm going as Yeshua. That's ridiculous. We can't possibly mean that. So what does it mean? It means to bring Tikun in the earth, in your earth. To stop thinking that everything physical is not spiritual. Eating is a spiritual experience, trust me. Especially when you need Tums when you finish. Darryl will tell you, I got a witness. Eating can be a spiritual experience. If you sanctify the food according to Torah and present it to Yahweh and say, Yahweh, this is not just food, it is Torah food, it is sustenance, it is an offering. I now place this offering into my temple. Amen. But instead we go, eat, ooh, 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 eat, ooh. So we separate the physical. That's Christianity. We're not Christians, in case you didn't know that. Okay, if you were looking for a new church, you found the wrong place. We are not Christians. I've gotten saved since then.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Come on.
That'll shake some religious apple carts. I was a Christian, and then I got saved.